In 1937, a man walked on stage, breathed in a lungful of gas, and blew out a candle. He was proving it was safe to breathe. The room applauded. He pulled almost the same trick 13 years before. Different chemical, same promise. Both became two of the most destructive things ever released into the sky. One man, two disasters, and almost to the end, a hero. It starts with a noise. Early engines rocked themselves into pieces, and no one could stop it. Then, a young GM engineer, Thomas Midgley, found the fix. One drop and the knocking stopped dead. Cheap, worked in tiny amounts, made General Motors a fortune. They left out one detail though. The compound was lead, and every chemist in that room knew lead was poison. People had known that for 2,000 years. So, they gave it a different name, ethyl. And the word lead never showed up again. Not on a pump, not on an ad, not once. The first to find out were the men who made it. 2 died in Dayton, then 5 more in a single week at a plant in New Jersey. They didn't go quietly, they hallucinated. They turned violent. They lost their minds before they lost their lives. The newspapers even gave it a name, loony gas. So the company quickly sent someone out to calm the public down. Midgley himself. He poured the liquid over his bare hands and breathed it in. A full minute, in front of the cameras. And this is the part that matters. He already knew. He'd been poisoned by it himself months earlier. He had been warned in writing that it was a creeping and malicious poison. I think he needed it to be safe so badly he talked himself into it. By every right, the lead should have died right there. 5 bodies, a nickname, headlines. It didn't, and why it didn't is a real story. It survived because of a man you've never heard of, a company doctor named Robert Cahou. Cahou never argued the lead was safe. He did something smarter. He changed the question. Not prove it's safe. Prove it's killing people. Prove it across a whole population, or stays on a sale. That takes years, and the whole time the product keeps selling. And the research you need to prove it? Yeah, the lead industry funded that too. By one historian's account, that one move kept lead in the world's fuel for another 50 years. In the soil, in the air, in the blood of almost every child alive. Now, remember the candle? While the lead was still spreading, Midgley built his second miracle. GM's fridge division was dying. The coolants of the day were toxic, or they caught fire. Midgley found a gas that did neither. It didn't burn, it didn't poison you, it cooled perfectly. That's the candle. Proof it was harmless. And down here, he was right. It went into millions of homes. What no one knew though, was what it did once it drifted high enough. Miles up, where the air goes thin. This time, the damage wouldn't hit a factory floor. It would hit the sky itself. And this time, someone was about to notice. His name was Claire Patterson. He wasn't looking for any of this. He was chasing one of the oldest questions there is. How old is the Earth? To measure it, he needed a perfectly clean sample. He could never get one. Every rock, every tool, every surface came back contaminated with lead. On his glass, in the air, even on his own hands. So, he built the cleanest room that had ever existed, just to get away from it, and find where it was coming from. And that's when it hit him. The lead wasn't a flaw in his experiment. The lead was everywhere. In the ocean, in the ice, in every human body on Earth. Around 100 times more than nature ever put there. The man trying to date the planet had found out we were quietly poisoning it. He got his answer too. 4.5 billion years. It still stands today. Then he turned around and spent the rest of his life pointing at the lead. And you can't tell the man who measured the entire planet to show you the data. The question flipped back where it started. Prove it's safe. So did any of it actually change? It did. Thankfully, leaded gas died. Slowly, rather than all at once. By 2021, the last country on Earth ran dry. Ending it saves over 1 million lives a year. And the sky, the layer Midgley's second gas was eating open, thankfully we also caught that in time. One treaty, 1987, and the world actually kept it. We humans actually did one good positive thing, and the hole is actually closing. The chemicals are gone. However, the trick that kept them alive, make them prove it's dangerous first, is still working perfectly.